or just over 80.
All right, thank you, Bruce. Tonight in Medical Rounds, we take on a serious topic. Suicide rates have increased dramatically over the past decade. In fact, suicide is the third largest cause or leading cause of death for adolescents and young adults. And all this week across the nation, there are events scheduled to raise awareness about the risk of suicide. Joining us live is Dr. Hank Schwartz, who's a psychiatrist and chief at the Institute of Living at Hartford Hospital, where one such event will be held. And we want to thank you for being with us tonight, Dr. Schwartz.
Thanks for having me.
Well, tell us about the forum at the Institute of Living at Hartford Hospital on September 10th from, I guess it's 8:30 to 11:30, called Suicide Prevention in Young Adults.
Well, in the last few years, we've seen clusters of suicide occurring increasingly in young adults in the college setting. Suicide rates for high school students are even higher, and this is just of growing alarm. So this forum is intended to examine some of the causes of these trends, look at some of the new programs that are attempting to address suicide in young people, and really do something about it. Our guest speaker is Dr. Victor Schwartz, no relationship, and he comes to us from the JED Foundation. We're really looking forward to this discussion.
Well, why do you think we're seeing an increase in the suicide rate among young adults?
Nobody knows the answer to that for sure, but I think it's worth noting that one sector of the economy that has not fully recovered is employment for young people. People coming out of college, people coming out of high school, cannot find work at the rate that they used to, and when you take the pressure of unemployment and layer it on top of the intense social media, a deadly mix, and that's what we're thinking we're looking at.
All right, well, what are the signs to watch for that could possibly indicate that someone may be contemplating suicide?
Well, most people who are suicidal have a mental illness, and more often than not, that mental illness is depression. So the signs and symptoms of depression certainly call out to us, and we're talking about increased sadness, tearfulness, loss of interest in activities in life, sleep disorders, appetite disorders. But one thing to really be concerned about is hopelessness. When people become hopeless, that is a very dangerous sign. If people actually give voice to suicidal thoughts, mention suicide, mention not wanting to live any longer, the world would be okay without me, these are things we really need to pay attention to.
All right, very good to keep in mind. We thank you for such important information, Dr. Schwartz. And if you have a question out there for Dr. Schwartz, you can certainly ask him live. Just go right to WFSB.com. If you're suffering from depression, it's not a sign of weakness, it's a real condition, and help is available. So please take advantage of that and get help.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, a Marine in North Carolina will have a very special date for the Marine Corps Ball later on this year. Lance Corporal Jared Hashard asked mixed martial arts fighter, MMA fighter, Ronda Rousey, and she accepted.
I would go, for sure. But I don't know, how do I call them, or do I set up like a time and place, like never been kissed, and like just show up and... Corporal
Hashard posted a video on Facebook here, and it was viewed more than 5 million times. Wow. Rousey accepted after a TMZ reporter showed her the video. She does have one request, though. She asked if he could find her 3 friends some dates as well, and I'm pretty sure that will happen.
No problem. All right, helping those in need while taking your pick.